Okay, so that's muted. Should be good to go. Okay. How's it going, guys? Happy New Year's. Hopefully you guys had an amazing New Year's, amazing time. There was a church that unfortunately was on fire last night when we ended the stream, the Vondelkerk in Amsterdam. So we're going to be checking into that. And so this is, hold on here. Let me switch to my other screen. There we go. We have a news channel, nos.nl, actually. We were following this last night. So they update this a lot because yep, it's just over there unmuting itself all the time. Why does it do that? It absolutely doesn't even make any sense. But anyways, it's just going to be like the standard of how we start the stream, I guess, with Kick just like doing its own thing. They really need to fix that platform. How's it going, guys? Dutch Shark, Dennis, Ilko, Dehan, Yolanda, Happy New Year's, everybody. Happy New Year's. I've been awake for a while. I mean, we slept in a little bit for sure. We stayed up late last night, had some awesome cabbage. It was really good. It was really nice with some smoked sausage and some carrots and a ton of onions. Put a lot of onion in there. That was so good. Drank some wine. But anyways, I was trying to see what was going on. So there's a lot that happened. Evidently a lot that happened. Oh, this is where we left off last night, yeah. The mayor, Helsama, sees the Vondelkerk on fire. He was talking about that. Let me go down. They did have... There was a live stream yesterday on something that we were watching. It was a different website, I think, of this. And so this happened last night. If you guys are unaware, AT5, yes, that's what it was, AT5. Yeah. And actually, I got the link. Hold on. If I can copy this. I mean, the live stream, this is... Oh, no, that's not. Why did that not copy? I guess never mind. I don't know. My OBS chat's like dumb. And there's Kick literally unmuting itself. I'm about to just stop trying to stream on there. That's annoying. I'm just going to go to at5.nl. Got some Oli bowling left, actually. There's a bunch more out in the kitchen, but look, they're looking better today after the powdered sugar absorbed in a little bit better. They're looking more like the dark ones you guys were talking about. I told you they're dark. They just had a lot of powdered sugar over them. A little small, I guess. They were better yesterday. Yeah. Still good. Better when they're warm. So we have, let me translate this to English here. Fire Vondelkerk under control. Okay. So that was at what, 4:30 a.m. for you guys? That would have been what, 10:30 at night for me? Okay. Yeah, I was cooking cabbage actually around that time. Vondelkerk was destroyed by a major fire that broke out late last night around 12:45 a.m. The fire is now under control and is still being extinguished. The residents of the evacuated homes are not yet allowed to return and have been accommodated in a building on the PC Hofstraat. The cause is not yet known. Hopefully it wasn't vandalism or like arson or whatever, right? Hopefully it was just a pure accident, right? And it wasn't like an intentional, somebody intentionally setting a fire. That'd be terrible. says, according to a spokesperson for the Amstelland safety region, the fire is under control. However, some extinguishing is still being done. When the fire is out, we can go into the next phase and make sure that the area is safe again and that residents can return if necessary. The cause of the fire is being investigated. So, church has been destroyed, but there's currently no further risk of collapse. In addition to the tower that collapsed earlier last night, which we saw that live on stream, actually. We saw the tower go down. Walls on the side are still there, and they're sturdy enough so they would no longer collapse. Yeah, I mean, they were made of like a stone or a brick or something, so the church is not usable now because it's a church without a roof. Well, you could have outdoor service. Treat it like a little courtyard area, right? But it wasn't even used as a church anymore anyways. They stopped using it as a church in like the 70s or something, I think. And then it was used as like a concert hall or something. And office space or something. So let's see here. Charlie and Amy, have a happy new year. Yes. Yeah. So far, so good. Great cabbage, great wine. Haven't done much today. Got a fire going, kind of slept in a little bit, got some coffee, wonderful coffee with some speculoos spice and cinnamon in it. Got some firewood going. They're a little chilly out there. Got the house warmed up. More than 30 serious injuries. People lost their eyes and hands. Burnt church and firefighters who need to run for their life, but happy new year. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hopefully none of that affected anybody personally here. You know what I'm saying? A snowy and cold evening from Tallinn, Estonia. It's cold, minus 10 Celsius, dang. There are more blizzards and heavy snowfall coming at night. My current time is 2004. So what would that be? That would be like 8:04, I think. Happy New Year, Charlie and Amy and all here. They still had church service on Sunday. Oh, okay. They still did services on Sundays. Okay. So concert hall through the week, I guess. Happy New Year, everybody. Switzerland and their cafe with 40 days. You don't have central heating. Yeah, we got a furnace. It's not the greatest furnace, though. Living room gets a little chilly out there, and the door's all messed up. It's got like cracks and holes in it. And the fireplace is cozy too, and it really does help too. And it makes it where the furnace doesn't have to try as hard too, right? So when I have the fire going, I use wood, this and that. A lot cheaper than paying for the gas anyway. So then the furnace can kind of like have a little bit of a rest at times instead of being on the whole time. I mean, I get by without the fire most of the time. Sometimes we just actually need to also do the fireplace, but all right. I still use 24-hour clock time. This AM and PM thing is really confusing me as to what it's for. Yeah, I've just been used to the AM PM thing my whole life, so the 24-hour thing is kind of confusing. I got to like minus 12 off of everything, and so 20 minus 12 would be 8, and then yeah. Don't like fireworks, poor animals. Yeah. It is sad. I mean, the animals, they don't know what's going on with it. So okay, it says right here. Church services are held every Sunday in the Vondelkirk. Yeah, which somebody said in chat. It's on here. I just didn't read that part on the screen, I guess. Stad's hairstyle says it's looking at solutions for the tenants of the church. Let's see what this video says. I'm probably not going to be able to. It's probably in Dutch, right? There's probably not a translation, but we're going to check it out anyways. Oh, it's just showing the, yeah. From a different camera angle though. When we were watching it, it was a lot closer. Hello, hello. You know, and it's crazy, like the people that's like right here, down here on the street, they probably can't even see it because those buildings are blocking it. People in these cars, like this white car right here, you know, they're probably unaware until they like maybe get up here to this intersection. They might be able to, you know, see it, but see what that other video is about.
De brand is meester, inderdaad. Er zijn geen haardvuren meer. Er worden nu hekken rondom de kerk geplaatst om te zorgen dat daar een veilig gebied ontstaat. De straat moet worden schoongemaakt en de nutsvoorzieningen weer aangesloten. En dan zullen de bewoners weer terug kunnen keren naar hun huis.
Is er al iets bekend over de oorzaak van de brand?
Op dit moment nog niet, maar er wordt wel onderzoek naar gedaan. Dus we zullen de resultaten van dat onderzoek moeten afwachten.
Is het een gekke gedachte als men denkt dat het vuurwerk is geweest?
Die verhalen heb ik inderdaad ook gehoord van buurtbewoners hier. Nou, dat is interessante informatie die mee wordt genomen in het onderzoek.
Hoe gaat het nu verder?
Ja, de kerk is voorlopig nog niet begaanbaar, want het is nog allemaal heel heet in de kerk. Dus die wordt afgesloten en de fietsen die binnen de afsluiting staan zullen nog niet kunnen worden opgehaald door de eigenaren. We zijn aan het kijken hoe we kunnen zorgen dat de auto's die er omheen staan wel kunnen worden opgehaald door de eigenaren.
Zijn de woningen om de kerk heen gespaard gebleven, schadevrij?
Gelukkig is de brand niet overgeslagen naar de woningen. Er kan wel schade zijn door rondspattend materiaal.
En de auto's rondom de kerk die zullen wel beschadigd zijn?
Klopt, ook door materiaal wat uit de lucht naar beneden is gevallen. Of door waterspuit die dan een steen heeft weggeketst. Dat zou inderdaad kunnen, dat dan de auto beschadigd is.
Het is een kerk zonder dak. De muren blijven die staan?
De muren, de fundamenten eromheen staan stevig, dus er is nu geen instortingsgevaar. Dus ja, de muren van de kerk staan er nog en de torentjes ook.
So, I know I can't understand that, but there's a lot of Dutch people here that can. Is there anybody that could help me understand? Like, what did they? Is it just what is said in this article? What they already read, basically? Is this article just saying what she said? Sad to see that church gone, even if it is Amsterdam. Yeah. I mean, it's sad. Yeah. You must be one of the people. There's a lot of people who don't care for Amsterdam because it like gets all the attention and stuff. So, which I get it. What a wise woman! You can't access the church for now. Right. The parked bicycles can't be collected at this time. Oh no. I'd wish you a happy new year. But I did that already 19 hours ago. Thanks again, Osborne. Tower is still there, she said. We seen the tower. Wait, what? No. The tower can't be there. We seen it collapse. That main tower, we saw it fall last night live. There's like multiple towers though. So like Vondelkerk. Should be a picture. Yeah, there's two of those towers, but there was a big one in the middle. Yeah, the one that's right there on fire. Well, I thought it was going to be a bigger picture, but yeah. Oh wow, this is what the inside looks like. Or did look like, or wait, no, hold on. Or yeah, that's an inside. Wow. That's crazy looking. So, wonder if this, because this looks brick, this top part, I wonder if that part's actually safe. And that's actually why they do that with stone and brick, and then the outside is the tower built with wood on top. This part might actually be safe if it didn't if the actual roof inside didn't collapse, right? Or did the actual roof part said? Or did the actual roof part collapse, like the stone part? Today was rainy and cold, a perfect aftermath. That's the danger of CG fireworks. Earlier today, I learned that there was an explosion due to fireworks in a club in Switzerland. Many injured and dead people. Dang. Switzerland, huh? The greener lights. Yeah. But it's bricks, though. That's up there. Where the lights are, where it's shining. Or some sort of stone. I'm glad I could talk to some Dutch people watching her down. I was actually quite emotional, to be honest. We talked about the famous architect Pierre Cupres and exchanged stories about it. That's cool. Switzerland. Let's check out the Switzerland. See, Swiss New Year's fire explosion. That should show up something here, right? New Year party at Swiss ski resort. Is that it? Hold on. Oh wait, Switzerland bar explosion. Is it this? Let's see here. The whole roof burned down, so it might have took the bricks out. This is quite a dark / sad New Year. Yeah. Seems like some craziness went down. So let's check this out. It says Switzerland bar explosion. I don't know if this is what you're talking about exactly, but something happened here. Okay, 40 dead. Hold on. What did that say? 40 dead. Need to close that. 40 dead, 100 plus injured as deadly fire tears through Swiss Alps ski resort bar. Okay, this is this. So ski resort and a bar. The other video is also talking about the same thing, I guess. What we know about the deadly New Year's fire at ski resort. Healing details of the Switzerland blast are out as dozens of presumed dead after a devastating fire New Year's Eve celebration. Jeez. Tragedy struck Le Constellation Bar in the ski resort of Crans, Montana during celebrations welcoming 2026. Crans, Montana, huh? Swiss police said dozens of people are believed to have been killed, though an exact death toll has not yet been confirmed. So what exactly happened? People injured in the blaze, with the majority suffering serious injuries. Italy's FM. I don't know what that is. What's an FM? Foreign minister, maybe? Said Swiss authorities reported at least 40 deaths, adding that many bodies are unidentifiable due to severe burns. This is worse than the church, because the church, I would think there was nobody in there, right? I would assume nobody was talking about people being in there or anything. Nice building destroyed, sure, that sucks, but you know, here there's a lot of people that lost their lives. Man, that's crazy. That sucks. Dang, it just blasted stuff outside in the explosion, I guess. Regional leader Matthias Renard said a night meant for celebration turned into a nightmare for the community. Yeah, this is definitely a messed up New Year's. Jeez. The intensive care unit at the local hospital is full, forcing authorities to transfer patients to hospitals across Switzerland. Well, yeah, I mean, they're not used to having that's a lot of people coming in at once. I mean, they're not probably used to handling, you know what I mean? Like they're used to a few people coming in a day, maybe at the emergency room, sure, but not that many. Jeez. Emergency services deployed 10 helicopters and 40 ambulances after the alarm was raised. What are you doing, Lucy? I'm across my desk. They're out there in the living room doing something. I heard a bell jingle. The cat heard the bell, I guess, and she wants to go check it out. Witnesses described scenes of panic as people smashed windows to escape and people rushed to the venue. Smashed windows to escape. It was probably on fire right after the explosion, I would assume, right? Jeez. EW News did a news on this in English. Witness told French TV this scene looked like a horror movie unfolding in real time. I mean, it sounds like it. Police authorities confirmed that some victims are foreign nationals, though identities and nationalities are still being verified. What does that mean? Police authorities confirmed. So, like, well, sure, right? It's a ski. Duh. Of course, there's going to be foreign people there, right? Or foreign nationals. Does that mean like foreign, like government people, maybe? But I mean, if it's a Swiss ski resort around New Year's, I would assume that there's definitely a lot of tourists there, people from out of country, right? Also BBC. Volendam. Oh, yeah. Are you talking about the fireworks store? The thing 25 years ago in Volendam? Is that the fireworks store in the Netherlands that exploded or something? France confirmed 2 of its nationals were injured, while the UK said it is monitoring the situation and ready to assist British citizens. Okay, so it's just regular nationals, not like government people from other countries, just foreign people. Oh, that was no, this story's in Switzerland. Yeah, I know this one is. That was Enschede. Oh, the fireworks store that exploded was Enschede. Bars located in Crans, Montana, in the Valais region, a popular alpine destination about 40 kilometers north of the Matterhorn. So what was... Hold on, that looked like... So they doing a concert here? Is that what's going on? They're doing like a show? Where's the explosion coming from then? Like right... somewhere back there, right? By the back of the stage, it looked like? Yeah, right over here off stage. Did they have a pyrotechnics thing that they were going to be doing at this concert, perhaps, that just kind of like went sideways? I don't know. 1:30, fire broke out 1:30 local time, and officials have ruled out terrorism treating the incident purely as a fire. Dang. Reports suggest blaze may have been triggered by pyrotechnics, a firecracker, or birthday candles on champagne bottles. Could you imagine if that's really the case? Like if that's actually what happened. Somebody put some birthday candles on a damn champagne bottle for celebration, and that's what actually killed like 40 people and or over 100 and caused all this chaos. It's crazy how one little thing has such a ripple effect, right? Like Like the movie, like The Butterfly Effect from back in the day, right? You've probably seen it. If not, you probably heard about it. Look it up if you haven't. Interesting movie, but craziness. All right, so I guess BBC and I was a bar in Volendam, okay. Enschede was not a fireworks store, but a factory warehouse. Oh, that's what it was. They were storing them. That's what it was, right? Fireworks warehouse. They were storing them there. Bet it was a pyrotechnics gone wrong. I would think, right? I mean, it looked like it was right there on the edge of the stage, didn't it? I lived near that. You're talking about the Volendam? BBC report's just an hour old, so if you want more updated info over this. In Switzerland. Okay, so BBC is the way to go, basically, right? They got a fresh report, right? Okay, so let's go to YouTube. And BBC Swiss Fire. Hour ago, right here. What we know so far about the Switzerland Ski Fire Resort. BBC News is the channel. And I'm going to go ahead and hit like on that. Yeah, here's the video. I'm going to full screen it. We're going to check it out.
Several dozen people are presumed dead.
Hold on. I got to turn my volume up for you guys. Sorry about that. Let me adjust this down here. Or wait, right there too. Hopefully this ain't too loud. Let me restart it.
Police in Switzerland say that several dozen people are presumed dead after a fire at a bar in the ski resort of Crans-Montana. Around 100 others have been injured. Authorities have confirmed that the incident is not being seen as an attack, but police have given no cause for the fire. Well, these are some of the very latest pictures from Crans-Montana as authorities continue their investigation. A team of specialist forensic investigators is now at the scene. The Italian ambassador to Switzerland has warned it may take weeks to identify the victims. And this footage, verified by the BBC, shows the moment that dozens of ambulances and hundreds of members of emergency responders began arriving at the scene in the early hours of New Year's Day. Well, the incident happened in the town of Crans-Montana, just over 100 miles from the capital, Bern. The area is popular with tourists from across Europe, many of whom will have been celebrating the new year.
I wonder why they call it Crans-Montana, actually. I mean, honestly, the landscape probably almost looks like the Montana that's in the United States because there's a lot of mountains there. I don't know if that has anything to do with it at all. Maybe the Montana in the United States was named after this area. Who knows? Nothing to do with the video, just a random thought that popped in my head. But
Lee Milner begins our coverage.
A night of celebration turned into devastation. It was inside this bar in the popular ski resort of Crans-Montana where a fire broke out just after 1:30 in the morning.
So it was inside the bar. It looked like they were outside in like a courtyard area at that concert, right? It looked like they were doing a concert on stage in a courtyard area, and then the explosion happened what looked like beside. So maybe the bar was just beside the stage, and it wasn't a pyrotechnic thing. It was this bar that just happened to be next to this stage, and the bar itself exploded, perhaps. And that's what we saw from the camera angle out in the courtyard area where they were watching that concert, right?
Local time.
Sorry, Charlie, I have a big hangover. It's all right. I'm sure a lot of you guys do. Thanks for watching this stuff with me and checking it out. This is unfortunate news, though, about the Swiss fire, but we're going to check it out.
After 1:30 in the morning, local time. Police say several dozen are thought to be dead, with at least 100 people injured, many with severe burns. It's understood the victims are of several different nationalities.
At first I thought it was just fireworks for New Year's Eve, but then I saw a lot of people screaming. There was panic.
Right.
It was like in the movies. There was smoke everywhere. There was smoke in the lift. With the help of the concierge, I crossed the balcony and got out.
10 helicopters, 40 ambulances and 150 responders were sent to the scene. Police say the emergency operation will continue for the next few days.
In this difficulty, Switzerland...
Let's say 10 helicopters? Because it's up in the mountainous region, right? So they're just flying people out, flying them out to different hospitals, I would assume.
is demonstrating solidarity. We also note that a psychological support centre has been opened for families in the hospital and is being put in place in the different sites, the different hospital sites in our canton.
Would that be like a trauma center then for people that's dealing with the trauma of like seeing this and being around it and witnessing it and see it and you know and all that?
Crans-Montana is an upmarket ski resort that's home to 87 miles of ski trails. Situated in the Swiss region of Valais, it's popular with British tourists. Valais Hospital's intensive care unit is now full, with patients being sent elsewhere for specialist burns treatment. It's not yet clear what caused the fire, but police have ruled out an attack. Lee Milner, BBC News.
I mean, if it wasn't a pyrotechnic thing, right, and it did indeed come from the bar, and they're not saying it was an attack and this and that, then I would bet that maybe it was like a gas leak or something, right? Just maybe they had a gas leak that, you know, and then maybe fireworks or something kind of just sparked it, right? Or the birthday candle on the champagne bottle thing that they were talking about earlier, whatever, right? Yeah.
Well, one person who was trapped by the fire but did manage to escape has been speaking in just the last hour about his experience. And just to warn you, some of his account is distressing.
Puis nous on était bloqués, beaucoup de gens étaient bloqués, on pensait qu'on allait...
We were trapped. A lot of people were trapped. We couldn't see because of the smoke. We didn't know how we were going to get out. I was alone and didn't know how I could do it. But I managed to break a window and get out through the window. Half of my clothes were gone. It was crazy.
Jeez.
I was in the basement. Me and my friends were having fun. Unfortunately, some of our friends are no longer with us because of the fire. It was crazy. People were trapped. I had to put a table up to hide behind it, trapped by the blaze. But I got out. That's the main thing.
Il y avait des dames, des serveuses avec des bouteilles de champagne, avec des petites fusées.
There were waitresses with champagne bottles with flares too close to the ceiling. Fire took hold suddenly.
So it wasn't birthday candles. That might have been a weird translation earlier. Flares. So wine glasses. Did they wine glasses or bottles? So they're with sparklers. Is that what they were doing? And they got the roof caught on fire? And then, of course, if it exploded, maybe it hit a gas line.
Avec des bouteilles de champagne, avec des petites fusées.
There were waitresses with champagne bottles with flares too close to the ceiling.
With flares. It could be a translation thing, right? Probably sparklers. Dang.
Fire took hold suddenly.
Well, one eyewitness said that bystanders rushed to help move injured people away from the flames to a nearby bar and restaurant, which stayed open as a makeshift refuge.
Understandably, they don't want civilians getting in and involving and getting in the way. And many were able to help, carrying, I don't want to say corpses. I think everyone who was out and kind of reactive survived, but carrying bodies out of the fire from there, at least a bit further away. You see there's the Bar 1900, that was the first kind of responding place. They did amazing to stay open. It was warm in there, that was what was needed. As mentioned before, the main, I think, problem was the temperature shock from the heat inside to the cold outside. So one of the priorities was to get everyone warm. I mean, I'm talking, the curtains of the restaurant was used. And many gory scenes. There were many who were very strong, who stayed strong, and who understood that their life was in grave danger, but decided that mentally it was more important to stay calm.
Our BBC News colleague Sylvia Costello is at the scene. She's been speaking to some local residents.
So you've been offering biscuits and coffee to the police here. Can you tell me why?
Because we live next door. I think they've been on duty for quite a while now. And they must be cold, but apparently not enough.
I didn't hear what he said. Hold on.
Can you tell me why?
Because we live next door.
Because
I think they've been on duty for quite a while now. And they must be cold, but apparently not enough.
it must be cold, apparently. I got part of it, but like, I don't know. He kind of mumbled or something. I don't know if it's... Didn't hear what he said. Swiss was because firework and champagne bottle exploded. Shine bar for her birthday. Yeah. Candles on the champagne bottle was too close to the ceiling, huh? Dang. Yeah.
Some of them didn't take the biscuits or the coffee.
Or the coffee. And how do you feel about this tragedy unfolding here in Crans-Montana?
Terrible. Falling. Slowly we're starting to hear news how many people were involved. It's terrifying.
Young people.
Young people. Mostly young people.
Yeah, having a good time.
Terrifying.
And earlier I actually spoke to Sylvia. She gave this update from close to the scene of the fire in Crans-Montana.
People are in absolute shock and horror, although there is a mix. There are some people who don't even know what's happened yet. A woman just walked up to see if the local supermarket was open and was told by police she couldn't go, and she was just very confused.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got people like that that's like, you know, they were probably sleeping. You know, not everybody stays up to watch fireworks or watch the ball drop, you know, or do whatever you're doing in your country, you know, to bring in the new year. Not everybody does that. Like my mom, for instance, you know, I messaged her last night, Happy New Year's, after midnight. She messaged me back this morning and was like, hey, sorry, I was asleep last night, just saw this, Happy New Year's, you know. So some people just don't stay up for midnight.
What's happening in the last few minutes, which is very sad, is that we're seeing hearses coming in. I don't know if these are 2 more hearses coming in, but we've seen at least 3 or 4 of them. So that would mean the bodies are still there. They're still behind that white walled area that police erected early this morning. It wasn't there earlier this morning. And as you can see, just here, possibly another hearse going through. We've seen 4. And obviously, authorities have been talking about the death toll, saying several dozens of people have died. Italian authorities have put that number to about 40. So we know the scale of the incident that happened last night at New Year's Eve here is absolutely tragic. And the bodies are being taken, some of the bodies are being taken away now as we speak.
An incredibly difficult situation. And just talk us through what Crans-Montana is like. You go there regularly. You really know this place. It's a place where people go and enjoy themselves.
It's a very joyful place.
It was a very joyful place. It's not today.
Ski resort. It's in Switzerland. We're here in the Valais, the French-speaking part of Switzerland, and it's absolutely beautiful. On the other side, Italy is to that side of the valley, so you see the mountains, you see the Matterhorn. You know, Zermatt is in that direction. So it's really kind of a beautiful, quite upmarket resort with lots of sort of chi-chi restaurants, but some great skiing, some 90 miles of slopes that people can ski. It's not connected to any other resorts, but the skiing is great and the partying is good. There's a golf course where people come and play golf in the summer. They host a golf open, and the World Skiing Championships, downhill championships, are happening here next year.
I mean, it does sound like a pretty sweet place to be, right? I mean, it clearly not today, not happy vibes there today. A lot of destruction, a lot of people unfortunately lost their lives. There's a lot of people that know those people that now they just have to deal with the loss, you know, and hopefully nobody that's watching this right now was affected, you know, and if so, like, my heart does go out to you. Hopefully everything's good with everybody that you guys know, and there was no damage directly done to you or your family, right? Unfortunately, there's some craziness that happened last night, so
it's very highly rated as a ski resort and as a place. But also as a sort of party place. People come here and party. And last night in Constellation, I spoke to a woman who was just having a drink with her family, and she saw these young people coming in, and looking for a last-minute table, and they were told there was space. They were told they would have to buy 2 bottles. This is a very Swiss thing. You buy a bottle of, say, vodka and pay a fortune for it, and they put it on your table, and they give you mixers, and then you sort of party with your friends. And that's the vibe yesterday. I mean, normally it's more of a kind of beer bar. One tourist described it as having kind of sticky floors, you know, and they go and watch the football in the top floor. But the bottom floor, there's often some dancing or some partying, and it's a very young demographic that go there. And in fact, hospitals now are saying, some hospitals are saying that treating patients aged between 16 and 20, which absolutely figures with the kind of ages of people who were partying there last night that I've spoken to this morning, across the morning here in Crans.
Dang.
Absolutely devastating, especially when you recount the ages of the people. Just in terms of the cause of the fire, the authorities have ruled out any kind of attack, but we don't know yet what was the cause behind this.
So we don't know yet. And interestingly,
I mean, it probably wasn't an attack, right? I mean, there's multiple people saying that. Negligence, right? I mean, you got candles on top of wine bottles and holding it too close to the ceiling and stuff, you know, and if they were downstairs, like the one dude said he was downstairs, but he saw it, right? So they're in the downstairs. It's gonna have I would assume a shorter ceiling. You know what I'm saying? So if you're holding it up like this, you know, and you're in a shorter ceiling, not good.
This morning, I spoke to a few people who live here who were worried it would be a terror attack. There's quite a large Jewish community here. There's a synagogue not far from the Constellation. The police has completely ruled that out. And since then, I've heard from eyewitnesses that say that this might have been to do with champagne bottles. There was one eyewitness who said there might have been like a flare in a champagne bottle. And he described a waitress on someone's shoulders and sort of doing that and setting light to what would have been quite a low ceiling. In reality, we don't know that yet. There's been speculation about.
So it does sound like it did have a low ceiling, she said.
About potential fireworks. You know, people in Switzerland love fireworks. That's part of the beauty of coming here at New Year, is if you get a balcony and you look down into the valley at midnight, you will see thousands of fireworks exploding all down the valley. You know, people do their own fireworks as well as the official ones. They just love fireworks. So there was some speculation around that, but the narrative is now turning towards.
No, it wasn't an outside fire. It was an inside fire. It wasn't from the roof. It was from inside the thing. If it was set, you know, from the candle on top of the wine glass or whatever, you know.
Potential sort of champagne flares, so to do with the celebrations that sparked off this tragic incident. There was one man, really young man, he was only 16 and his parents were there, and they said he wanted to do an interview. They said, no, we don't want you to do an interview, come home with us. But he was at the bar, he was downstairs, and he said that he heard people saying fire, fire, and he didn't quite believe it. And then he said suddenly he felt this wave of heat sort of behind him, and he had to crouch down and go under a table. He says there's stairs from the downstairs bar to go upstairs. There's a set of stairs, but they were rammed with people running and panicking. So he hid behind a table to save himself from the heat. And eventually he made it up, and he still couldn't make it out of the bar, though. And he attacked a window with a table, and he eventually managed to get out from a window because he smashed it. But these are the sorts of stories you're hearing. Another guy, he was just helping. He thought his little brother was in there, and he just ran in and tried to help some of the victims. He said he saw people without any clothes on at all, completely burnt. Another man told me he came round about 3 o'clock because he heard this had happened, and he said there were just injured people lined all the way outside the bar. So it's incredibly grisly and tragic, and not something that you would expect happen anywhere in the world, but certainly not in a ski resort like this. And look, there's skiers behind us now. You know, life goes on. Many people are still going skiing on the slopes, and they probably live here. They're being escorted by police into their own.
Well, they, you know, it's like they're just getting up, go skiing. They're probably like, wow, that's crazy. Like, you know, ski resort fire, but or whatever. But like, life goes on, you know, and they're going skiing, I guess.
Apartment, but this area is otherwise entirely closed off.
Sylvia, what's really sobering is that authorities are actually calling for people just to be careful if they are heading to the slopes, because, as we know, the severe intensive care units are full because there are so many people with really significant injuries.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So the scale of this tragedy is huge. We're thinking about 40 dead. Italian officials have said about 40, several dozens expected dead, the Swiss have said. So we don't have an exact figure, but those are the numbers of dead and about 100 injured. And you're thinking this is one of the richest places in Europe. It's got fantastic infrastructure, fantastic hospitals. So people have been airlifted to various burns units and various areas, but the infrastructure is still creaking at the seams. The authorities have asked people not to injure themselves, not to go to hospital unless it's absolutely necessary to try and alleviate some of those pressures.
Yeah.
But people have also been airlifted to Italy, to burns units there, because this is the scale of what happened in that bar just round the corner last night. It's put on pressure on the whole of the Swiss health system.
I wonder if they got alerts too, because like in the Netherlands, everybody was getting alerts from the 1112, which is like the Dutch 911, about saying like, hey, don't use our services unless it's like for sure an emergency, because it's just like getting so crowded with craziness with emergencies last night. So I wonder if they got like a mass alert in Switzerland as well, notifying people that.
Our BBC News colleague there, Sylvia Costello, who knows Crans-Montana really well, goes there regularly, obviously was there on holiday, now reporting for us from the scene of this absolute tragedy as we await more details. And our understanding is that Swiss authorities, the police, will be giving a press conference in roughly an hour's time. We're expecting the federal president of the Swiss Confederation to be taking part, and also the president of the municipality of Crans-Montana to take part as well. So hopefully we'll get a few more updates. But as authorities were saying, they have ruled out an attack as a possible motive for the fire, but we don't know what was the cause of the fire. And obviously we still don't know how many people lost their lives in this tragedy and what was supposed to be a happy event, a New Year's celebration at a bar in this Swiss resort. Stay with us on BBC News. We'll be heading back to this story throughout the day, but we're just going to take a short break now. Around the world, across.
Yeah, so that sucks that happened, guys. And so let's see here. I do have some footage from Dordrecht, some drone footage from a ghost and an anonymous source that does not exist, actually, because the video don't exist, but it does exist. We're going to watch it. But because you're not supposed to be doing drone flying at night in the Netherlands, right? So I got to switch the camera to this one. Bring this over. So the first one is during the day. So you can get a concept of like, I guess, which I haven't seen this yet. They were just emailed to me. First one's daylight, so you can see what we're looking at. Second one's dark. Drone footage, presumably of fireworks being shot off in the distance. So let's check this out. A little bit happier than the tragedies that we've been looking at. And shout out to you. You know who you are for the footage. The Dutch ghost. Yeah, so this is just like, you know, what it would look like in the day. Get a feel for the surroundings, right? A lot of little, a lot of row houses there. Like a lot of, whatever that neighborhood is. There's a bunch of lines. Panorama shot, it looks like. I mean, it's pretty good quality footage. I don't know what kind of drone the person has. Big old solar panel there on that building. I don't know what the actual, a factory of some sort, I would assume. All right, cool. So there's the highway system, it looks like. So this is basically, this is Dordrecht, right? So I would assume the old town is over that way, the way we're looking, right? It looks like the buildings are a little older going that way. And, or actually, no, maybe over that way towards the water. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to switch my camera back to, or my thing to here so I can switch it to the other video. Without showing it, because the person doesn't want the actual YouTube account or name out there, essentially. So, all right, so here's the footage for night. Drone footage of the same area. Doesn't look too crazy at this moment, actually, but you can see fireworks being shot off in the distance. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch over here, kind of. Yeah, off in this direction. There's the highway, looks like. Okay, there we go. There's a bunch more that way. I would assume the water's past the lights right there. Uh-oh, I need to go get more coffee soon. Oh, there's a ton of fireworks being shot off right there. Jeez, they're blowing through a bunch of money there with those fireworks. Oh, there's a house down there that was shooting off a whole ton. Yep, there's a green one. You're lucky your drone didn't get shot with a firework. That would have sucked. That would have sucked, right? Oh yeah, there's a bunch getting shot off in that direction too. This Dordrecht. Yeah. Happy New Year's, everybody. Dordrecht. Oh, it's not a highway, it's a railway. Okay. This must be early. Yeah, I think perhaps it was before it got crazy, right? Why do you not watch my videos on the Vonderkerk fire? On the main chat and Discord? I'm not. I'll check into it. I don't have Discord up. Oh, look at all those. That must be more. Maybe that's towards like the city center type area. Oh dang. I wonder if this is right around midnight because it looked like there's definitely an increase in fireworks. This must have been like, this might be close to midnight. Yeah, I'm thinking probably, right? Funny when you can see when it's actually 12 o'clock. So I was right. So yeah, that was midnight when it started with the influx and explosions. Hopefully we don't see a fire though. Nothing burnt in Dordrecht, did it? Max height. Oh, gotcha. It looks like they made sure the drone was high enough so it would be above most commercial fireworks. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty high up. They're looking down at them for sure. Well, like what happens on the way down? It's like, crap, I got to descend. Hopefully nothing hits me on the way down to Earth. That's cool. Yeah, man, I really appreciate you getting this footage and actually risking getting in trouble actually, right? Because if you're not supposed to be doing drone flying at night, yeah, that's awesome. thank you for taking the risk, I guess. And now we get to see nighttime drone footage of the Dutch firework explosions in Dordrecht. And shortly, I got to get coffee. I bet it was loud as shit. I know there were people talking about like, sounded like there was cannons going off and stuff. Oh, some of it's Rotterdam in the background. Which direction's Rotterdam? Probably where that one, the bulk of the explosions off in the distance were, I guess. Or I'm thinking right there. Look at all those lights right here. That be Rotterdam city lights glowing in the background. I always forget how close the towns and the cities are to each other in the Netherlands. We have actual country like out in the middle of in between towns and cities. Like you got to drive for a long time sometimes to get to the next town or city. Depending on where you are. I mean, East Coast, everything's closer together. Got powdered sugar all over me. The Oli bones are good. Way better fresh though. Way better fresh. Yesterday when they were like really warm, fresh out of the oven or fresh out of the oil. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a ton of. Oh, okay. There's some going off right below. That's cool. All right, and that was that footage. So thank you to you know who you are. And yeah, heck yeah. That was cool. Appreciate the footage. And so I'm gonna go get coffee. I'll be back. Oh yeah, and I take this plate out of my way too. I'm done with it. It's just full of powdered sugar. You're staring at my dirty office, weren't you? Caught you. looking at my Reese's wrappers laying all over the place and my pile of crap back there that's all unorganized. And all right, so let's see here. Netherlands also pretty spaced out for Dutch standards. Nothing in the Netherlands is spaced out compared to how it can be over here, at least. But sure, I know you have wide open spaces over there. I know it's not all cramped. Just a little bit more cramped than it is around here, probably. I'm late. Did Charlie get in trouble with some copyright stuff? Oh, you're talking about yesterday's stream? Yeah, it got blocked. Yeah, but so on the YouTube studio, I can go through and edit out the thing and like delete the music or whatever in the background. It's like a 5 seconds of like music like blocked the whole entire stream. So I did that, and it should be visible after it processes. So okay, I thought something was off. My preview up there was not working right. So anyways, all right, so somebody says something about Discord. Okay, so in Discord chat, I sent 3 or 4 videos last night. Okay, let me check that out. Let me find my Discord. Once it pulls up, once it opens up, I don't know if it's gonna open that. Peter has a mind of its own sometimes. I guess it's down here. So let's see. In the main chat, you said? Oh, I think we did check out one of those. Right? Or wait, hold on. Oh, the names aren't showing on my Discord because I'm streaming, so it just says ... so I can't know. I can't see what people's names are on there. Some people's names show up and some people's don't, so that's weird. So anyways, let's see. Main chat. I was in the wrong. Oh, wait, right here. Okay. I see. Hold on. Let me, pull this up here. We should be good. Okay. Well, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. We got a couple videos, actually. Which I think we actually looked at those yesterday. That was before the New Year's. Or maybe not, actually, no. Because this is showing my time, yeah. So this will be after. We're going to watch this one, and then yours. Just because these are on here first. Sorry, that's so loud. What neighborhood's this? Wonder what neighborhood that was. Yeah, see, some names it shows and some don't. This one don't. It's just B ... Maybe that's actually their name on there. I don't know. Got another one right here. Oh, dang. Holy shit. That is crazy. That is a lot of fireworks. Holy hell. I knew it'd be crazy over there being the last year. It may or may not be officially allowed to shoot off your own personal fireworks on New Year's Eve. But I didn't know it'd be so tragic. I knew it'd get crazy. This is what I was looking for right here. Not the tragedy, right? Not churches burning, you know, but this, I knew this kind of nonsense is going to happen. That's great. Crazy nonsense. Good nonsense. But like, it just looks so crazy, right? To see all those explosions. All right. Now we got this one right here. My beloved Von de Kerk, burning down to the ground, one of the icons by our most famous architect, Pierre Cuypers, and the church he put most of his effort in. So are you from Amsterdam, Lefes? Where's that? Yeah, I don't know. Where let me how do I, you can tell I don't get on there hardly. Dang, where is that? Question mark. Maybe we'll get a response. So anyways, where's it at? Right here. Worst New York New Year's Eve ever for Amsterdam. Okay, that was the end of that video. It was just a short clip. Do I just click that? There we go. Yeah, so this is the Von de Kerk in Amsterdam, guys. See, and it was raining those fireflies down. At one point, the fireman guy had to, or whoever was filming, whoever it was, they had to move back, right? Because this stuff was like raining down on them. They had to distance themselves. Okay, this is just a picture here. Dang. Yeah, that sucks. Sucks. Jeez. Yeah. We minimize that there. Oops, hit the wrong button. Like an old person that can't figure out how to use technology. You Americans also buy fireworks and set it off at midnight. Sometimes. It's not a huge thing. It's not something that you just normally like expect. But normally, but then like last night I was saying like, oh, I'd probably hear a couple. I didn't hear any. Nobody around here shot any off. But like last year, a couple people I think did. It's just not like a full-on thing that people just always do. But like it's not an uncommon thing, I guess, to hear somebody shooting off or see a couple people shooting them off. Not like that though. Not like the way you guys do it. In the Netherlands, only a small part of the country is authentic, untouched nature. Approximately 1% of the country is wilderness. Yeah, I know. All right, so I live a few blocks away from that church. I didn't even realize it was on fire until someone in this chat said it. Dang. But yay, we made you use Discord again. Do that more often. We're here to make it live in place if you need such. Yeah, I know. Let's all give him some love in that rare occasion where he made a post on Discord. Like his message there. Yeah. I'm not a really social, I don't get on there and type and chat, and it's just like, and I got enough going on. I'm reading comments all the time, and I'm a slacker. Do a lot of slacking, guys. So anyways, where did my so let's see. I'm just gonna go back to YouTube and do let's see, Netherlands fireworks 2026. See what pops up. Let me switch back to the screen. Oh yeah, the cops were being attacked or something, right? There was there was cops being attacked with like fireworks and like I don't know why exactly. I guess there were some clashes in Germany. Europe burns in riots. New Year's celebration turns violent. Clashes in Germany. I don't know what that's about. Eindhoven welcomes 2026. Incredible New Year's fireworks and light show. Okay, that's just like like a city show, right? Really gonna freak out when Dutchies yell at him when they spot him in April. Yeah. I'm somewhat a little bit used to, you know, like I used to tattoo. And so like I would randomly be in like gas stations or grocery stores or whatever, and there'd be a random person that would be like, "Oh, hey, are you the guy that tattooed?" You know. So I have been spotted in the wild in the past. Always weird, always awkward a little bit, you know. You know, with anxiety and that sort of thing, you know, it's a whole thing. So yeah, I think we're just gonna go ahead and switch over to, I'll just do some GeoGuessr here in a few. I think I'm gonna take a break and eat some lunch, and yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna just get off of here, take a break, eat a little bit of a lunch, and then meet you guys back here in a little bit, and we're gonna just kind of like hang out and play GeoGuessr for a little bit. I think that's gonna be the plan. So yeah, hit like on the video, the stream, whatever. You guys have a super fun, awesome day. Enjoy your New Year's. We're gonna be back. I want some sausage and carrot or cabbage, guys. I'm getting a little bit hungry, and but I wanted to get on here and check out what was going on with that and everything. So it sounds like everything with the church kind of settled down, and bad news in Switzerland, of course. So but yeah, hopefully you guys are all safe. And nobody that you know was injured or hurt or anything like that. So you guys have a super fun, awesome day. I'll catch you in the next one, which is hopefully soon for GeoGuessr. Hey, John, how's it going? I'll see you in GeoGuessr, hopefully. That'd be cool, right? Get some GeoGuessr going. All right, take care, guys.